Reid, how do you deal with Metamours or your partner's partners? This is Reid Mahalko from ReidAboutSex.com.
This is Cathy from IntimacyDojo.com, and Cathy's not wearing a tux today because the airlines did not lose her luggage, and she has clothes to wear today.
Because I live here.
You do live here. That would be weird if the airline lost your house.
If they came in.
However, I was at an award show the other night, and I flew in today, and this is what I did come off the plane with. Although I did not wear this flying.
No.
Although that would be kind of fun. All right, what was the question?
You might get bumped to first class.
Metamours, exactly. Wow, if it were only that easy.
We just did a video on how to know if the person you're with is really in a open relationship, and we were talking about maybe contacting or talking with the partners.
Their partners, if they have partners.
Yeah, and different people handle it different ways. I'm curious, how do you handle it?
For the Metamour part?
Yeah, Metamour means your partner's partner, basically.
Is that French?
It might be, I don't know.
So at some point it was Latin, probably.
Most things in Western culture.
So what I do, there's no set, answer other than if I'm curious about dating somebody or seeing somebody more than, playing with them at a play party or something like that. And I know they have other relationships. I want to know that the other relationships are okay with me, that I'm not creating weird stress in that relationship that's going to splash onto me.
Yeah.
So ultimately, I would love to meet everybody. That's not always the case. And some people's partners are like, I don't really want to meet you.
Yeah.
Like, we're fine. And that kind of like, if I get an email or they text me or something and everything's fine versus we have a don't ask, don't tell policy and everything's fine. For me personally, I don't feel comfortable seeing people who have don't ask, don't tells, because for me, if I actually fell in love with somebody and would want them to come for Thanksgiving dinner,
then
I want them to bring their people, their beloveds who are important to them.
Yeah.
And I would like that to at least feel great. Or not even great, just good or bearable. Because some people just don't like me. But the idea of if my presence is causing them anguish,
right.
I'm not, that's a lot. So I want to try to front load the process and date people who are happy that their partner is seeing me.
Right.
That kind of open relationship.
And I think Metamour applies more to a partner rather than someone a casual hookup at a play party. And I believe from watching you that you tend to take more care with the deeper the relationship is. At a play party, if someone says they're a free agent, you seem to accept it at that. Is it?
I don't understand the question.
You said you tend to check out. You want to meet their partner.
Oh yeah, I mean, as I'm starting to, if I'm going to like see somebody regularly, I would like to meet their partner. Mostly because I know that human beings tend to make things worse in their heads. So if you've met me in person and I'm nice to you and you get that I'm honoring your relationship more than I'm honoring, that I'm banging your partner, like, because those kinds of relationships and family and stuff like that, that's really sacred to me. And I want people to know that. And the easiest way for me to get you to start to see that that might be true, that I really am honoring it, is for me to pay the respect of wanting to see you, to get to know you. It's also, I think, useful for me to see
how they handle
the couple or the triad or whomever I'm entering into their world, to see if they really are okay with me being there.
Well, and I think it can tell you a lot too, because I've dated people, and new relationship energy often means people are on their best behavior and they're like really sweet to me. Are they being sweet to their partner too, or is that?
Oh, it's like how they treat a waiter.
Yeah, exactly. It's a way to kind of vet things, and because I'm demisexual, I always like to there has to be some heart connection for me to want to be sexual with someone. I tend to really like to sit down at dinner and meet the partners of people that I'm seeing more than casually at a play party or something, and it's actually been very beneficial because I've made some really good friends, and one of my partners makes dessert and sends it to me with their partner when we get together for dates.
Ah, yes, the Paramour fringe benefits.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she's an amazing cook.
And if you've never met that person, you might never be on the dessert list.
Yes.
So what do you recommend? What are your tips for being on the dessert list, ladies and gentlemen? Leave a comment, hit subscribe, put on a tux, dress up once in a while, even if you're just shooting videos. Thanks for tuning in, Sex Geek. If you would like to continue with the brain sex, do me a favor and click subscribe right here. If you'd like to watch me on social media, that's where you're going to go. Next video, maybe? And if you really would like your own Sex Geek t-shirt, please click right here, right now. Boop. No, really, like...